First of all, I'd like to say thank you guys for coming to support the rebirth of a city, the story of the Honorable Nathaniel Bates. Give it up. And we're here to talk about the experience of the film and how it was produced. And I live in Richmond, so I'm just blown away with the history that I learned tonight. So let's open up the discussion and find out. First introduce yourselves and tell, other than we know who you are, of course. But
my name is Arif Khatib. I'm the producer of the film.
My name is Stephen Bernier. I am the director, producer, writer, and president of Street Dreams Productions.
Okay. So my question is, whose idea was it to produce this project?
Arif's.
Okay. Thank you, but I conceived of the idea because Nat's such a phenomenal human being who has made immeasurable contributions to the political arena in general and Richmond in specific. I just felt that his story should be told. It is a compelling story because I look upon it as a way to teach people how to govern. Because today, our politicians don't know how to govern. This man showed hope will become a professor of governorship, if you will, hopefully down the line. That's what we hope for this film.
And then, who did you bring? How did you get it started? So you came up with the idea, and then who did you speak to next to say, okay, I want to do this project?
Yeah, when the idea came to me, first and foremost, I got a hold to the Honorable, who had purchased 2 of my books, and he said, I like the way you approach and address certain historical stories and your writing. And I've been asked by a number of people to do my story. I want to know if you'd consider writing the book. And I said, no, I will not consider writing the book, but I'll consider doing a movie. Nice. You need a documentary. I want people to hear and see you while you're alive, because the book form can be done anytime, but there's no real way to get the authenticity of that, because it's secondhand. Somebody else said, oh, I remember him, he said this, he said that, but I wanted to do it in a documentary. And I approached Nat, and he was really surprised. And he says, well, what do we do next? I said, well, we start the movie. Then I got a hold to Stephen, he was the director, we got our heads together, and then we started this film on December the 6th in 2024. And I just really, really, really was a joy to work with Nat during this time and to meet all the people that's in this in the film, to get to see them, interview them. I only knew about 5 of them. The others I met for the first time when we interviewed them. But I learned a lot about each of these persons, and not just the history of Richmond, because I lived in Richmond until 1956. So I understood Richmond, and I was so big that seeing Richmond in this format, it just made me proud. I wanted to do it. I was just really happy to have this man right here to say, let's do it.
Well, you did a really, really good job. It was a phenomenal film. Give it up. Showcasing the history, the talent of the Honorable Nate Bates. And as a director, what did you bring to the table to bring this to life?
Well, Arif approached me and said, the film premiere, Nathaniel Bates is a great guy and he's known for years, and he'd like me to help him produce a movie for him. I said, well, this is our second documentary I'm doing with him. and it came out. The first one came out pretty good, actually very well, and this one came out even better. Our first interviewee was Willie Brown, and you saw him at the end of the film. And after listening to him talk about the mayor, it just became a point that I had to do the film. Because Willie, he said so many great things about you. He said, well, if he says this about you, I know everybody else is going to, be great in the interview. So I said, let's just go ahead and do it, Arif. Let's get started. Let's do this thing. And it took us about 13 months? Yeah, wow. 13 months.
That was amazing. And watching the film and how you brought the past to the present with the new AI-generated stuff that I've never really seen in films before. So that was a new concept that worked really, really well, that I thought. What do you think, audience? Did you think? Yeah, this is innovation happening before our eyes of how movies are going to be made in the future in documentaries. So kudos to you for that, brother. That was really, really nice. And what did you think about it?
Well, I was quite impressed, and I think I've been blessed all my life. It's just like when I first ran for the city council, I didn't know anything about the council, but God put me in a position to be surrounded by other people who were knowledgeable and who had the expertise. And I just benefited, like riding a horse. I just they said, ride the horse, get on it, don't fall off. Right. So that's how I got started in politics. And then when I met Arif, I guess after his group inducted me into the Hall of Fame there in Oakland, and we became friends. And next thing, he's talking about a documentary. So I get on the horse again, and I just ride. And the two of them, Steve and Arif, they put together the entire production. So I'm very blessed and grateful. And I just want to acknowledge my loved ones here, Inez and Mary and Gail, who came out, and many other friends who came up and I hadn't seen in years that indicated they were from Richmond, like yourself.
Yes.
And I thank you for all of you, each individual, for your attendance and participation.
Bernard, we had the first screening of this film on February 21st at the Performance Arts Center in Richmond. Okay. And we had near 200 people, obviously because it was close to Richmond and they had funds for Nat, a history with him. But we wanted to do it in San Francisco as well. Okay. This will be the last private screening of the film. It will be available for rent and or purchase starting in about 7 to 10 days.
Starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. That's all. It'll be available for rent or purchase for those who could not be here. And I have a number of people across the country who said, "Let me know how they can get one," so we'll be able to do that. But we also just want to thank those who supported the film to this point. Filmmaking is a very challenging process. And you sometimes you think you know what you're going to get, but you don't until you see what you got. But we felt confident all along that we had the proper subject, and we had the city, and that we had the opportunity to fill a void. That void, once again, is to teach today's politician how to govern, so that it'll be so much about themselves, but more about the citizen and those who are responsible for them being where they are. So those of you who leave here today and you talk to your representative, tell them to check the film out and learn how to govern.
You heard it from the source. Learn how to govern. Let's give it up one more time for the rebirth of the city. You have something?
I I want to thank, again, every one of you who participated in coming out, but I've got to give some high praise to the Honorable Willie Brown. Willie Brown is probably, in my opinion, one of the greatest and the most intelligent politicians that I ever ran into and had that privilege of knowing. One of the things that he taught me that I think if he could convey to the other politicians in the United States, especially our president, is that you should be not a politician, but a statesperson. There's a difference. The four of us as council members sitting up here today, a problem comes up and we're trying to resolve and go forward with a position. One or two may not agree with me and I may not agree with them. But how you conduct yourself is extremely important. I can't get upset with Mr. Arif if he doesn't agree with me, call him all kind of names, belittle him on an issue today, because tomorrow there's going to be another issue that I'm going to have to ask for his vote and support. If you alienate people politically, even though they may agree with you down the road, yeah, I remember what you said 2 or 3 days ago, especially like our president. So forget you, even if I agree with you, I'm not giving you one damn vote at all. But you gotta be a statesperson, let the chips fall where they may, and once the vote is cast, move to the next issue. If you notice my relationship with Eduardo Martinez, we agreed on very little, but we became friends. We communicated with each other. We didn't try to embarrass each other publicly. And I think this country would be much better off if you get away from the name calling and trying to alienate and pit one group against the other. Just vote the way you want to, let the chips fall where they may. And this country, I think, will survive and be a better country for all of Americans, not just for a few.
Thank you. Sounds like he's running now for something, right? Did you have any last words, Stephen?
I just want to tell those here tonight, pick up a copy of the soundtrack. It's free. More than one if you like. We have a number of them. Play them and be mindful that you saw the film, and that film should be seen everywhere. Not because Steve and I did it, but because of this person right here. He deserves it.
Yes.
And for each of you, I want to thank you so very much for coming out this evening and tonight and supporting us. I think there's a little food left downstairs if you care to join us down there again for a little snack before they closed up the place here. But if you have any additional questions, let us know when we're downstairs. We'll be happy to talk to you about it and answer any questions you have. Take photos with the Honorable. And I suppose, Mr. Mayor, if you don't have anything else to say, this will conclude for the day.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming. Give it up for the rebirth of the city.